worry. Ijele had whispered to him that he had to come live with him in his house once he married his daughter. For a while, all seemed well. Somma and Chika continued to thrive in their love and work under the watchful eyes of Ijele.
As days turned into weeks, Ijele slowly let his true colors out once again. At first, he asked Chika to always go with him to his farmland, and on getting there, he would allow only Chika to do the whole work. And Chika, with his heart full of kindness and the eagerness to help, did as asked, thinking it was his duty as a son-in-law to make his father-in-law happy and comfortable. But Ijele didn't stop there. He made sure that Chika did the cooking himself, cleaned the house in the absence of Somma. "You need to prove to me that you are man enough to marry my daughter," Ijele said. Chika never felt the need to tell Somma about what is going on. He believed he needed to make and win his father-in-law's heart so he can see him as a worthy husband for his daughter. As days went by, Chika made friends in Ajazi village. He was loved by many, admired by everyone. His tolerance and kindness won him the heart of the villagers. Most of them sympathized with him for being a son-in-law to such a man. Chika started a small business in Ajazi village. He refused to stay idle without making money for himself, even if it's not much. Ijele followed Chika to the market, watching him hawk and make sales. When Chika sells his wares, Ijele took his earning from him, claiming he was making sure Chika was earning enough to take care of his daughter Somma. One day, Chika announced to Somma and Ijele that he needed to travel down to his village to check his farmlands and see the progress his crops have made. Ijele refused immediately with a pitiful face. "You know we have to finish that yam barn soonest, and I can't do it alone. Unless you want me to use my aging waist and weak bones to do it, then you can go, and I will manage myself and do it alone," Ijele said with a manipulative long emphasis on "I will manage myself and do it alone." "Please, why not let Somma go in your place so that you can help me out?" With a wide eyes, Chika looked at Ijele, wondering how a full-grown man could be this manipulative, even to his own child. He wanted to speak up, but doubted that Somma would believe him, so he kept his calm, hoping and praying that someday, just one day, that a heavy wind will blow and expose the buttocks of the fowl. But until then, I must do what he wants. Somma equally accepted to go to Chika's village. It was bedtime and Somma was getting ready for her journey to Chika's village the next day. "I am so happy that my father is so comfortable with you," Somma said, "and I hope this father and son relationship will continue even when we go back to our village." During that conversation, all Chika could do was nod his head like Agama lizard, with nothing to say as they drift off to sleep. Before the sun rise the next morning, Somma set off to Chika's village, leaving Chika at the mercy of Ijele, who would stop at nothing to make sure he frustrates Chika out of his daughter's life. In Ajazi village, it is considered a taboo to climb another man's palm tree without the owner's direct permission. Ijele was very much aware of the belief and consequences involved. One night, in Ijele's room, how could a man who claimed to be a man enough, leave his own home to live with his wife in her own father's house? Ijele said to himself, "My instincts are always right. I knew he wasn't good enough to marry my daughter. So does it mean that anybody can easily tell him to do something and he would do it? No, he have to live my daughter's life. He is not fit to marry my daughter because I can't have a weakling as a son-in-law. I told him to farm, he will do. I told him to wash, he will wash. And I even told him to cook. He'll cook without complaint. All attempt to frustrate him has been pointless. I think drastic situation requires drastic action. Leave my daughter alone, you said no. Forgetting that the stubborn flies follows the corpse to the grave. I will make you do if you don't want to leave. Ijele said to himself while in deep thought in his room. I am not feared by many for nothing. Days went by so fast and Somma was back. On arrival, she met her husband Chika standing and busy fanning Ijele just like a slave boy. Obim, which means my heart in Igbo land. Obim, Somma shouted, why are you doing the work of a guard? She rushed and collected the weaving hand fan from him and she dragged him out to a corner. Has my father been treating you badly in my absence? I thought you are like father and son, Somma said. Your father thinks I'm not fit to be your husband, so I think he is just testing me, Chika said with an evident sadness. Chika assured Somma that he will be fine and very careful. He knew he needed to end all this as fast as possible, take his wife home and forget all this ever happened. But was that ever going to be possible? I am going to talk to him because we are leaving this village, Somma said. He can't turn my husband into a slave. No, I won't take that. No, don't do that. Allow your father exercise and feed his ego. But Somma paid no attention as she walked up to her father to lay her complaint. Father, why are you doing this? I thought you accepted Chika as your son. I thought his stay here will make your bond stronger, but I was wrong. You turned my husband, your own son-in-law, into your slave. Your slave, Somma said with tears. So, because of Chika, you talk to your father with disrespect. Somma, you now look me in the face and talk to me without fear. Eh? You have no fear. Oh, you have forgotten who your father is, Ijele said as he rushed to get his old wooden gun, chasing Somma out of his presence. Each day, Chika woke up with his spirit dimming under Ijele's dark shadow. He walked tirelessly, his once bright smile now a rare sight. Yet, through it all, his kindness never stopped. He continued to treat Ijele with respect, hoping that beneath the thorns, there might still be a rose waiting to bloom. The village whispered of the changes, of the darkness that had settled and befallen the cheerful Chika, and still Chika carried on his heart, holding on to the love he shared with Somma, his beautiful Somma. Hopefully, her love will guide him through the storm. Ijele's true color of cruelty and spite were fully revealed, leaving Chika to wonder if the warmth of love could ever melt a heart so cold as Ijele's heart. One fateful morning, Ijele asked Chika to go to his farmland and help him harvest his palm fruits from all his palm trees at the farm. Chika left even before Somma could wake up. He got to the farm that Ijele showed him and climbed the first palm tree, harvested the fruits and climbed the second one, until he got to the fourth one. Ijele popped out from nowhere and started shouting, Ewo! Ewo! This is an abomination, a calamity. Darkness has befallen me in daylight. Chika has harvested another man's palm fruits, Ijele shouted, alerting the villagers. Chika, dumbstruck, looking at the whole scene with confusion, with no understanding of why Ijele was shouting and why everyone was looking at him with anger and pity. My people, Ijele said, I sent my son-in-law to my farmland to harvest my palm fruits, but he made the mistake of harvesting Mazokolo's own. Please, pardon him. For my sake, pardon him. Ijele pleaded with a crocodile tears. Somma heard the news and rushed in, crying and shouting, Please, my husband is innocent. He knew nothing about our tradition and he only acted on request. Please, she pleaded together with Chika, who is already on his knees begging. All the villagers who knew that Chika was a kind and peaceful man looked at him with pity, but ignorance is not an excuse for breaking the law. So Chika, you will have to face the consequences of stealing, which is death by stoning. But you claimed you were sent to this farmland, so our community is not known for injustice, which means that we are going to give you the benefit of doubt by inviting the chief priest to tell us if truly you were sent to this farmland by someone who knew the consequences of the crime. And if so, then the person will face banishment for life. One of the elders said, Chika was taken into the village prison until when the chief priest will arrive. Oh, Chika cried and Somma wept. The journey of love. Love brought me here only to kill me, he cried. At Ijele's house, he wasn't expecting that the chief priest would be involved. He expected Chika to be stoned immediately, but now he needs to go and meet the chief priest and try to bribe him to speak against Chika, which the chief priest actually accepted, and Ijele gave him a full bag of money in appreciation. The next day was the judgment day. The villagers gathered in anticipation, hoping that the gods will work in favor of Chika. Somma cried and prayed. The cloud gathers. Everywhere was dark, even in a broad daylight. The chief priest arrived. My people, he who fetched an ant-infested firewood should anticipate the visitation of the lizard. Ijele, our almighty warlord, deliberately sent his son-in-law to harvest Maziokolo's palm. Everyone shouted. Ijele's face fell in embarrassment as he got tangled in his own web of lies. The air was thick with anticipation as the truth began to unravel like morning moist under the sun. Ijele wanted his son-in-law dead and out of his daughter's life. Also, my people, your Ijele tried to bribe to speak against an innocent man with this bag of money. Therefore, he must be banished for life out of this village with nothing and never to return. Ijele's face fell in embarrassment and guilt. Papa, is this how much you hate my husband? How could you do this to me? To us, Papa. Somma said as she rushed to Chika in a heartwarming hug. I am so sorry you have to go through all this because of me. Please, forgive my family. Forgive me, Somma begged. Love and truth could cut through the knot of lies and bring back harmony to the heart that had been torn apart in the heart of the village with everyone's eyes on Ijele. I am sorry, but I only have daughters who belong to another man's land. So because of that, I wanted a rich man that can as well act as a compensation. But my daughters only foolishly fall for poor men. It was greed, my people. Greed, oh. Ijele cried. Somma's heart sank like a stone in a river. She couldn't believe her ears. The elders spoke, the voices carrying the weight of justice. Ijele, you must leave our land. They said, their decision as firm as the ground beneath their feet. Your heart has brought too much darkness and evil here. So, Ijele was sent away to wander far from the village. A village he was once respected and feared. Somma and her sister's head bowed in shame. They could only watch as their father disappeared into the distance. "Thank you for standing by me," Chika said to Somma with tears in his eyes. The villagers were so happy for them. Their love won at last, and it was time for Chika to go back to his village with his wife. And they decided to go with Somma's younger sister. The villagers were sad, yet happy for them, and wished them well and fulfilling life together. The story is a reminder of the strength of love. Love that triumphs over deceit. A tale that will be told for generations to come in Ajazi village, where justice was served. The story reminded everyone that even in the face of great darkness, the light of love, the strength of a unity, can guide us back to happiness. And so, Somma and Chika's lives was filled with happiness, with friends and family that stood with them during the trying days. I hope you enjoyed the story, and if so, please like the video, comment, tell us what you learned from the story. You must learn 1 or 2 things from it, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories just like this one. Thank you, and until we come your way next time, bye and remain blessed.